Hello everyone, you are welcome to Anchor Network where you get reliable and authentic news that are so crucial to you. I say big thank you to everyone who has been part of this channel and who has taken time to subscribe. And if you are yet to subscribe, I say please click the red subscribe button and also the bell icon. The bell icon will allow you to get notified anytime we publish any news. I regret investing 1.7 billion naira in local auto assembly. As stakeholders continue to lament the effect of the faltering implementation of the auto policy on their industry, one of the biggest investors, Dr. Cosmas Maduka, has declared that he regretted investing more than $50 million, about 1.7 billion naira, in setting up an assembly plant in Lagos. He, however, restated his belief in the policy encapsulated in the Nigeria Automotive Industry Development Plan (NAIDP), which he said was necessary for a viable local auto manufacturing sector. The problem, he argued, is in the lukewarm implementation by government. Maduka, who is the president of the Koskaris Group, was assessing the NAIDP, which took effect about 5 years ago, precisely on July 1st, 2014, and the delay by the presidency in assessing to the Fiscal Incentive and Guarantees Bill that would have given it a legal framework. He said in an exclusive interview that the projections of growth made by Koskaris Motor and other automakers who responded to the policy by building assembly plants, some in collaboration with auto manufacturers from different parts of the world, have been shattered by lack of progress and uncertainties in the industry. Built on a 14-acre piece of land in Awoyaya area of Lekki-Epe Expressway, Lagos, in partnership with Ford Motor Company, the plant was inaugurated in October 2017 with an installed capacity for 60 units of vehicles a day, starting with the Ranger pickup. But the Koskaris president lamented in Lagos last week that the hope of recouping the huge funding in 10 years based on the initial projection of selling 10,000 vehicles annually is far from being alive because total yearly sales figures has been far below 2,000 cars. Of course, I regret the investment. Why would I not regret the investment? From the benefit of insights today, you think it is something that is waste, but at the same time, it is also premature to take a conclusive decision, which today the federal government is still hesitant. The government have not said a definite yes or no to the auto policy. Maduka was among the auto dealers who vehemently opposed the NAIDP when the idea was first made public, because I did not believe that the government had the will to see it through. Not that I thought it could not work, but I doubted their will to see it through. Whether anybody likes it or not, all my prophecies have now come to pass. In an honesty, I think that if the Goodluck Jonathan administration that announced the policy in October 2013 had continued in power, they would have retained Olusegun Aganga, the then Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, because they had the will to make it happen. They understood what it takes to implement an auto policy and they would have seen it through. They had already started forcing government to buy made in Nigeria vehicles, putting things in place for the workability of the policy and providing the incentives. They had the will to make the industry viable. Let's be very honest. As a country of about 200 million people and going by the World Bank projection, by 2050 we will be 450 to 500 million people. We need to have our own viable auto industry. Renault exports over 300,000 cars annually from its auto plants in Morocco. Automaker in South Africa exports vehicles in the USA, Japan, Australia, and UK, and the brands include BMW and Mercedes. It has been proven that the vehicles made in South Africa are far more superior to the ones that made in America. They won JD Power Awards for 5 consecutive years. So it is not that we lack the capacity, but there is lack of will on the government side to make it happen. When we have the market, we have the market, but the unfortunate thing is that you cannot fix a problem that you don't understand. The problem is in the diagnosis of the problem. The president has refused to sign the auto policy bill, but the automotive investors in Nigeria will still carry on with their programs. And that is why people like me have said that government is not good in doing business. The Coscaris president appealed to the government to urgently give legal strength to the policy implementation by asserting to the Nigeria Automotive Industry Development Plan (NAIDP) Fiscal Incentive and Guarantees Bill. He argued that the refusal to sign the bill was sending a negative signal to those who were encouraged by the new idea to invest in the auto industry. It also confirms, according to him, the fears of potential investors, especially OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, who feel that the country has a reputation for policy somersaults and have therefore been maintaining a let's wait and see stance. The real business people want a definite yes or no so they can work with whatever you want to do. We are in a dilemma and hesitant in making decisions. We would have been happier if they had said no so we can move on with our lives. Frankly, we Koskaris won't be the worst hit if they say no. But if I'm asked to make a choice, I will say that auto policy is good for our country, but it demands sacrifices initially, and we have to go through labor before we enjoy the benefits. The NAIDP aims, among other objectives, to discourage the importation of completely built vehicles and encourage the local manufacturing of vehicles through complete knocked down, assembly or semi knocked down SKD facilities for a start. Guys, you've heard it all from the president of Akoskaris, Maduka. The question is that what is it that we can even boldly and confidently and proudly say that we do in this country, as far as business is concerned, as far as what will make the life of uh, the masses better, as far as what we project us that will be our national career, as far as what we make outsiders, investors to say, oh, they want to come to Nigeria to come and, invest. Of what thing can we be proud of? What can we say we are really proud of? At a larger scale, not all this they want to produce pencil, want to produce all those things are supposed to be normal thing that even students in all these universities, all these technical schools should be doing. All those are the things that all those ones are supposed to be talking about, not at the federal level. We are not even talking of all this a cow of a thing. I want to be doing cow. I want to do this. Those are not the things we are talking about. Things that can bring technology. We have a minister for what is it called? Ogbona Yaono, the ministry is handling. It's talking about this science and technology. For over 4 years, what did we get? What can we boast of? Even talk of by 2018. I don't know if they have started that because I have never heard about that we are producing pencil in a large scale. Those are the things that we are talking about. The last time we read about Innocent, about how he is manufacturing car, ambulance recently. But what do we see? Some people tell you, oh, it does not manufacture it, they just assemble it. Even if you assemble it, let it be of, of great influence, and let it be well projected. That is what we are talking about. Whether it is assembled, from assembly, it will go to manufacturing. You start, from the beginning. But from the beginning, nobody's even looking at all of those things. What are you going to do? How are you going to progress to the level of manufacturing in the first place if at the level of assembling them together they are not they are not being given opportunity, or they are not being given kind of incentives, or they are not being given the kind of recognition, or they are not being given the kind of support they really need? So how would they project or progress to manufacturing? We have a lot of, we are even talking about all those ones at that higher level, all this automobile and all of that. There was some students in Nsukka that produced I've forgotten what they really produced. That was about 2 or 3 months ago. Everybody came, they did the paperwork, some people they talk and everything. And at the end of the day, what happened? Nothing. It will end there. We have a lot of different things like that right from time immemorial. People will come, at their small level and all of that, they are the government or people that, are supposed to, look into all of those things to really project them. To say, okay, what are the things that you really need? Then from there they will be able to move on. But no, all those their dreams, all those little people, little, I'm talking of a little I'm not talking of I'm not trying to bring them down. I'm talking of, some little children, inventing some things, that would have needed a kind of support or encouragement by the government or by people that will really see project them. We don't see all of those things. They will like, I better forget all those things. I better forget all those things. Like we talk about a innocent motor. Is the government patronizing him? Maybe at some point, but I don't know how frequent. Like now, the senators, they say they want to buy cars, they want to do this and that, they want to buy SUV. Even that one is another debate for another day, because they are not supposed to be changing it all the time because they are new. And where do they go to? And people have really suggested that they should even be going with bus. That what are they living all this extravagant life for? And the people that you are presiding over, the people you say you are representing, they are living in penury, they are living in abject poverty, and you are living in affluence. You want to buy this, you want to buy that, and what you are doing is not cannot be commensurate, cannot be equated with what you are doing and the kind of thing that you receive. That is a different game entirely, a different ball game entirely. What I'm trying to say is that whatever you even want to buy, do you really patronize your local made manufacturers? That's what we are talking about. And this man is complaining. The money he say he has invested in this automobile thing, as far as Costa Rica Motor is concerned, that he regretted doing that. And some people be like, oh, if it were to be okay, some other people, would they have not projected? Because from rumors and all of that, somebody would like, oh, some Dangote is the richest man or whatever, is the richest man. If you probe if you probe that business, if you probe that man seriously, you will see that there are a lot of invested interest in that business. It might not even be the only one. Those are the things that we've been hearing, from all the side talks and all of that. Of course, it might not be, we cannot confirm that, but from experience, if only one person is given an opportunity to supply or to import, a particular product, why would the person not be rich? The person will be rich, you know, greatly. The person will be rich greatly. So that is another thing for another this in the another day. But why is it that when it comes to our local manufacturing, our people doing things in their own strength, even with the level of not easy, the environment is not even suitable to even do business, yet some people still thrive. They try their best to do all of those things, and at the end of the day, what do they get? They still regret it. I remember one man came up on this thing on TV. You know, that was when the old matter, when the food items were really expensive. It's into food. It's just these tomatoes. I don't know why I'm trying to. Well, I can't just remember his name. And the man said he closed up. He was doing this tomato paste. He had to close up because at the end of the day, when the whole thing, the exchange rate was something else, when they tried to ban this, ban that, that was 2 years ago. They banned it. The man was lamenting. You can imagine how much he has spent. And some people will tell you, oh, most of the boys or most of the guys, they always travel out to this thing. The money they use in doing all those documentation to go to another man's country. Why can't they use it to do business? People are spending billions of naira. People are spending millions of naira. Let's even say billions. When you talk of millions, it's not even this. But when you talk of millions, maybe it's 500 million, 800 million naira, 1 billion and over, spending that kind of money, investing that kind of money, and they cannot even see it because the ease of doing business is not even there. And you are expecting somebody to just carry 1 million or 800,000 or 500,000 to do business, and you want to thrive. It's not going to be possible because the environment is so volatile. Things are just not just the way they are not just the way they are supposed to be. So somebody was saying, if you just take 1 million, and do business from January to December, whether you are still going to see that 1 million again, because it will just go into a lot of things that you never planned for, and you just be crying, and people will like, oh, this person is not prudent, this person, is not well prepared for the business, he does not know the technical know-how of that particular business. That is why the business crumbled. But you wouldn't know a lot of things. You want to talk of electricity, you want to talk of the road, you want to talk of the volatility of even people around you. You are talking of security, you don't even know what some people. I've seen a lot of people that have started a business, and before you know, just a day, they were robbed. And they were brought down. Where would they run to? There's no insurance, there's no government they will run to, there's no documentation that, okay, you were in this business, okay, how can the government help you? Okay, you were really bankrupt, you were really defrauded, or you were attacked by armed robbers. Of course, if all those things are well in place, if the security is well in place, nobody can even go there to rob you, because it will be so difficult. Even if people want to come and rob, it will be very difficult. Even the robbers, we know that they will be caught, at the end of the day. But when they know that at the end of the day nothing will happen, so if really all those things are in place, even the person that has really established that business will not have that experience of a robbery. So those are the things that we are talking about. That's robbery is just a one aspect of the whole thing. But you talk of electricity, you are going to be buying, depending. There's no even business you want to do that you don't even need electricity. So the electricity is not there. You are sure that you are going to be buying fuel, and you must be servicing your generator. They will be singing all those rhetoric. So the ease of doing business is not there. They want to do this business, this and that, creating an enabling environment to do business. The environment is so volatile. The environment is the survival of the fittest. Survival of the fittest. People are struggling. People are sweating so seriously. It is not supposed to be like that. Of course, people need to be hardworking, but when it's just too much. It's 1,000%, over 1,000%, the kind of hard work people are putting in, and how many of them even get the desired results. That is what we are talking about. How many people get the desired results? Put them, how many percentage of people doing business are really thriving? How many of them? Let's be sincere. They will tell you, oh, some people are making it. Why is it that some people are complaining? What is the percentage of the people that are even making it, that you are talking that they are making it? And even go and ask them on how they are making it. Is it supposed to be like that? It's not supposed to be like that. Of course, people must be hardworking. But if you are hardworking and you know what you are doing, and at the end of the day, you see that your hard work pays at the end of the day, why won't you? Nobody will tell you. You want to even double that your hard work. A lot of people, go and see a lot of people on the road, on the street, in town, see what they are doing, and yes, they are not getting the desired results. The ground is just the survival of the fittest. We are being squeezed. We are really being squeezed. We are squeezed too much, and our leaders are living in affluence. The bills that they are supposed to pass that will be of benefit, to the masses, yet they won't pass it. So, guys, that is just my own opinion, because this whole thing is really disturbing. It's really, really disturbing. And if you see that man at that level complaining, so you that have a 1 million or 2 million, 200,000, this and that, before you know, everything will crash. So, guys, it's like I'm talking too much. I would like to hear from you. Please put down your comments in the comment section. Thank you very much. Bye.